From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. It was a busy weekend of fires. Of course, we'll step you through all those coming up a little bit later in the show in like 1 minute, I swear. But more fires could pop up tomorrow because of that combination of crinkly dry vegetation. We have another round of winds, more concerning round of winds in Saturday. Air quality still a concern until further notice, and high temperatures are going to stay hot, but not as hot as what we were seeing last week. Okay, air quality, this is the best this map has looked in quite some time. Don't be lulled to sleep by this because we're expecting more smoke to surge into our area a little bit later in the day. Current temperatures out there 50s and 60s, 52 for the Tri-Cities, 57 in Sunnyside, 59 degrees in Ellensburg. High temperatures today in the Tri-Cities going to end up around 90, maybe a little bit warmer than that, but lower elevations mostly going to end up in the low 90s altogether, although we stuck in the mid 80s in Ellensburg. But like I said, more fires could pop up across the map for tomorrow, and a lot of active fires still on the map now. We'll step you through that White Swan fire coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, a dangerous wildfire in White Swan continues to burn this morning as fire officials urge people to stay out of the area. What this means for the surrounding areas and how close it is to where you are. Also, families flee in panic after gunfire erupts at a food festival at Seattle Center, killing 3 people and injuring several others. What authorities say they are looking for right now. Also, a week-long search for a Pasco fisherman has come to an end, who helped the Franklin County Sheriff's Office recover the man's body and where he was found.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Monday morning, and thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. As Josh was just saying, we had some fires spark up over the weekend, so more on that right now.
Yeah, we did. We had quite a few pop up in White Swan over the weekend. There was the Signal Peak fire that started on Friday. This is not that fire. This was the one that started yesterday, the White Swan fire, which is now 500 acres. I have a feeling it's probably closer to like 1,000 and 3,000 acres at this point, but this started off the 5400 block of Wesley Road in White Swan. And there's still those level 3 go now evacuations in place. So until these get downgraded to either level 2 or level 1, you could not return to White Swan, unfortunately. Okay, we go from Yakima County up to Grant County, the Highway 28 fire that started yesterday evening. This started to the west of Quincy off Washington State Route 28 around milepost 24. 85 acres per the latest update. No official word on containment, but I have a feeling that it's up there as the evacuations have been lifted. There were evacuations in place last night, but those have been lifted, and the road closure of Washington 28 has been lifted as well. Okay, we take you from Grant County now all the way down to Umatilla County, where we got a couple fires cooking over here. Now the Horse Ridge fire is now 60% contained, so I have a feeling eventually we're going to be able to drop this one off the map. But the Paradise fire still has no containment on it, but it's the Hagen fire that we're going to put all our effort and energy in here, as this one is now approaching 25,000 acres. It's the eastern half of the fire that is just burning all over the place. And we did see upgrades to evacuations over the weekend on the southern and eastern part of this evacuation boundary. So if you live up towards Tollgate, Spout Springs, along Oregon Highway 204, and even, of course, spanning into Union County a little bit, got to be packed, got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. You can sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon by going to oralert.gov, for Washington counties by going to mil.wa.gov/alerts, pound local, and for more information on all these fires, let's send it back to Zoe.
All right, thank you, Josh. More on to that first fire he was just talking about. The White Swan fire started just after 2 p.m. off of Wesley Road in White Swan, where wildland firefighters said when they got to this area, they could see the fire was spreading rapidly in extremely dry vegetation. If you see it on your screen right there, there have not been any confirmed reports if anyone was hurt, but we'll keep working to get you that information. Evacuation centers for the town of White Swan are at Hara Elementary School, Toppenish Longhouse, Wapato Longhouse, Yakima Nation Tribal School, and Wapato First Baptist Church. The Highway 28 fire started just before 6:30 Sunday night off of State Route 28 in the area of Crescent Bar Road. These were evacuations associated with this fire, but as Josh just said, they have been lifted. Fire crews remain on scene to do mop-up and monitor for hotspots. There has not been information released just yet on any injuries or if property has been damaged. Also over the weekend, several fire agencies battled a challenging wildfire near Cottonwood Bend Road in Umatilla County. This fire broke out Saturday just after noon, and it spread quickly to several outbuildings. Fire officials say it also crossed the Umatilla River, making it a complex fire to battle. They say the terrain was difficult and the fire spread to areas that could not be accessed by vehicles, including near an irrigation canal. No one was hurt, thankfully, but it took several hours to get the fire under control, and the cause of the fire right now is unknown. Into your crime alert this morning, Seattle's mayor says a suspect was taken into police custody after at least 3 people were killed in a shooting on Sunday. Reed Binion says several others, including a 2-year-old child, was hurt.
I jumped the fence quickly and I ran.
And we saw people storming through the area.
Witnesses reacting after a deadly mass shooting in Seattle. It happened Sunday at the Seattle Center, about a block from the city's iconic Space Needle.
I saw families, kids, everyone just like running out of the fair.
The shots rang out at an annual food festival that features hundreds of local vendors and live music performances.
There was one volley which we heard. A lot of people didn't react at first because we thought, oh, it must be firecrackers or something. But then there was a second volley.
2 witnesses at the festival said they heard 7 to 8 shots, with another person saying he heard even more.
I would say at least 24 shots. It was multiple. It sounded like an automatic weapon.
According to officials, at least 3 people have been killed. Several others were hospitalized, the youngest just 2 years old. Harborview Medical Center said late Sunday that all patients suffered gunshot wounds. In addition to local police and first responders, officers from several agencies, including the FBI, were on scene after the shooting. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Police say they are looking for any other suspects as they are investigating if the suspect was acting alone or was with others. On to other news this morning. If you're a student athlete or if you know a student athlete, you have to get a physical in order to participate in sports this upcoming school year. And Multicare in Yakima is offering them up for free of charge for Yakima student athletes. Parents can sign up for a time slot using a QR code, and we'll have the link available on our website as well. The state requires these physicals because it's possible young people may have an underlying condition which would put them at risk while participating in sports and activities throughout the year.
The reason that it's required is because some kids have some underlying either musculoskeletal or like cardiovascular compromises that can leave them at risk for injury. So what we do is we're assessing them head to toe. We're making sure that they don't have anything concerning that maybe you haven't noticed that could lead to a risk of injury when they play sports.
The physicals are July 31st to August 1st at the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences at Butler Honey Hall, and this will go from 4 to 8 p.m. The event will be August 14th through the 15th at ARC Physical Therapy and Wellness on West Nob Hill Boulevard. Still ahead here when we return on Good Morning Northwest, escalating conflict in the Middle East is disrupting oil production and keeping prices climbing. We'll tell you when relief might come. Your time right now is 6:09, taking a live look out into Yakima this morning. It's looking like a beautiful start to this Sunday. We're still looking at some high temperatures this week, but find out your exact forecast in your neck of the woods when we return here on Good Morning Northwest.
At DQ, we're double flipping over our limited time Blizzard Double Flip deal. Buy 1 Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
No, that's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got that DQ flavor. Savannah bananas, do it big, do it major. Home runs, fun runs, everything's crazy.
The Blizzard Double Flip deal is here.
Should we tell them to stop?
It's bananas. Buy 1, get another for just 99 cents. Get it in the DQ app.
At Fred's Appliance, we've been locally owned and family operated since 1962. Founded by a veteran and built on service. Swing in today to find all brands and all styles on sale. From the durability of Frigidaire to the innovative technology of GE, find your next refrigerator at Fred's. Shop the largest supply of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
Our Valley is resilient because people care about each other. The Yakima Valley Community Foundation exists to make giving smarter, easier, and impact greater for everyone who calls this community home. We bring together donors, nonprofits, and neighbors with the goal that every corner of the Yakima Valley has the resources needed to thrive.
We wanted our giving to stay local because we can see the difference that it makes. This valley has always depended on the resilience and the gifts of the people around it. We're kind of an isolated area in eastern Washington. The people that are here need to be taking care of each other and cooperating and giving back. And that's what I appreciate about the Yakima Valley Community Foundation. It's a place that helps inspire people to take care of this valley, of the people in it, and that's why I support it.
Together, we can make our valley thrive.
Hey, Kevin, let's show them how it's done in Philly.
Yo, you's got it. This new Philly-style bonus Jack combo has grilled peppers and onions, fries, and a drink for only $5.49. Yo, Jack, hook me up with some jibbies.
Family. Get my new Philly Munchie Meal with new jibbies.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts and C-Bombs proudly award Cataly a new bike.
Well, this girl does not sit still, so I'm sure she is going to be enjoying her summer with her brand new bike.
To learn more, click on Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's still going to be hot this week. Thankfully, it's not going to be as hot as we were last week. So for today in the Yakima Valley, going to be around 80 degrees by lunchtime, up around 90 for the hottest part of the day as some of that smoke starts to roll in once again. So the highs for today, 92 for the Tri-Cities, 90 in Yakima, 84 in Ellensburg, and will be around 90 degrees up and down the Blue Foothills, including Pendleton and Walla Walla. No clear trend with our temperatures over these next 7 days. A little bit hotter into the end of the work week, 95 by Friday in Yakima, but then a little bit cooler into the rest of the weekend. So a few ebbs or flows. The UV index is high for today on a scale from 1 to 11. It's going to be a 7. This would be higher if the smoke wasn't a factor. So I guess that's one of the good things. But if your skin is exposed, it can still burn within 15 to 25 minutes. So be sure that it's not exposed by putting on SPF at least 30. Reapplying at least every couple hours and spending as much time in the shade as humanly possible. Okay, we continue to track smoke, and also there's going to be the potential that more fires could pop up across the map for Tuesday and then again into this weekend. So we'll step you through all that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into your national news this morning. As the war with Iran rages on, oil and gas prices are rising once again. The war has significantly slowed global oil production, and as Jen Sullivan reports, the low supply and high demand are driving up prices.
Drivers are paying more for gas once again, and experts worry prices could remain high until the U.S. and Iran war ends.
We're in a very critical situation.
Oil topped $100 a barrel on Thursday for the first time since May. As of Sunday, the national average for a gallon of regular gas was $4.11. That's up 21 cents from a month ago and nearly $1 more than a year ago, according to AAA.
I think the last few days of military action we've seen from the United States and from Iran is really meant to increase each side's leverage.
As the violence between the U.S. and Iran escalates, oil operators are worried to travel through the Strait of Hormuz due to safety concerns, and that's having a significant impact on global oil production.
When the war started, there were still some levels of reserves, but we've been drawing down on that.
Since the war began, there have been multiple efforts by the U.S. and Iran to negotiate a peace deal, but so far, nothing permanent has been finalized.
On the Iranian regime side, they are divided. There is internal fighting. Some are seeking the guidance of the supreme leader. Others want to move into a different direction.
President Donald Trump saying he's not ruling out more military action.
There's a military exit where we just keep going just the way we are, and we can even make it a heavier dose, and it's knocking out everything they have. Or there's a smarter strategy, and that's you make a deal.
Experts say gas prices typically go up during the summer because demand is high. People are traveling more. The low supply and high demand could keep prices high through the end of summer and beyond. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Many analysts expect prices to level off as summer demand begins to ease in the coming of weeks. All right, when we return here on Good Morning Northwest, coming up, we've seen lots of fires recently in the recent of weeks, and due to that, there has been unhealthy air quality. More updates on how our air quality will be going into this week when we return after this.
This summer at More Furniture, shop new arrivals from $3.99. Refresh your room with the Westland panel bed. Relax on the lowest sofa and gather around the Sable Crest dining set. Each priced at $3.99. And for a limited time, when you buy a Watton immersive sound sofa, you'll get a recliner for free. Plus 60 months special financing and free white glove delivery. Shop More Furniture, up to 60% off clearance in-store or online today.
Why does my psoriasis always get in the way? I've tried lotions, pills. They haven't done enough for me. I love that he sees me, not my psoriasis. But the fact that it's always there breaks me. I'm so done.
Talk to your dermatologist about your psoriasis symptoms and treatment options. Go to SoDone.com.
Hot Tub, Hot Tub, Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2026 inventory. Friday through Sunday. Hapo Center, Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2026 inventory. Deep, deep discounts. All inventory 40 to 80% off. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Hapo Center, Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Escape the noise. Step inside Sage Spa at Legends Casino Hotel, where serenity meets luxury. Indulge in rejuvenating treatments, expert care, and the peaceful reset you've been craving. From soothing body rituals and revitalizing facials to wellness pods and more, Sage Spa is your moment to truly unwind. Treat yourself to the experience you deserve. Book your escape today at Sage Spa, exclusively at Legends Casino Hotel.
Kimmel's summer guest hosts
Tiffany Haddish,
Ike Barinholtz, Coleman Domingo brought the party. And up next, Anthony Anderson.
That's a silly songwriter right there.
Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts on ABC.
Warm months bring dangerous storms, many with lightning.
With advanced forecasting technology, trust the First Alert Weather Team to keep you ahead of the storm and help keep your family safe.
First Alert Weather.
Only one station.
Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to contend with smoke downwind of active fires, which are kind of all over the place at this juncture of fire season. So a little bit later today, even though the air quality is pretty good for now, don't be fooled by that because we're expecting another surge of surface smoke. And the worst air quality is going to be Yakima County, everywhere to the east of there, but especially in those immediate downwind vicinities of some of the more active fires out there. Then into tomorrow, the surface smoke doesn't look as bad, but the upper level smoke is still going to look pretty bad, which we'll walk you through that coming up in the next half hour. Here's what to do during bouts of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation, especially if you suffer from a pre-existing respiratory illness. You can find all these little bits of information posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. And unfortunately, I think the smoke map has the chance to get worse on Tuesday as we could see more fires popping up across the map on Tuesday. Vegetation, it's not extremely dry this time, but still critically dry. The only reason it went down is because we're not as hot for this week. That's the only reason why. The wind gusts for tomorrow across the map, peak gusts between 15 to 35 miles per hour, so fires could start or spread quickly in that environment. But personally, I'm much more concerned about this weekend. Saturday, at this point, trending back towards extremely dry vegetation for the northern blues and for lower elevations. And then you factor in some of the wind gusts that we could see for Saturday across the board, looking at gusts between 20 to 45 miles per hour. So kind of a repeat of what we saw this past Saturday. So I just got a gut feeling that we'll see more fires starting or spreading quickly. Of course, you can see hour by hour wind gusts for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Smoky for Monday, hazy for Tuesday, and fire concerns picking up Tuesday as well. In Yakima, breezy over the next couple of days with the more concerning round of winds being tomorrow. In Ellensburg, windy for Tuesday, which spells trouble, but perhaps an even stronger round of winds this weekend. Then for Hermiston, bad air quality possible over the next 48 hours at least, but especially this afternoon and evening. Finally for Walla Walla, also seeing smoky to hazy skies over the next couple of days and fire concerns returning for Tuesday.
All right, 7-day forecast looking like this weekend is going to be another one to look out for, though.
Always falls on the weekend,
Always on the
doesn't
weekend.
it?
We can't have a weekend, can we?
Nope.
No, of course. All right, when we come back here on Good Morning Northwest, a well-known face joining the Marvel Universe and a box office favorite leaked online. Your entertainment headlines are next when we return.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Slow down, look around, feel at home. Kittitas County invites you to experience the heart of small-town life. From sunrise coffee stops and welcoming Main Street stays to scenic trails, family-owned restaurants, local wineries, hometown breweries, handcrafted shops, and more. Plan your small-town getaway with the Love Local Passport, a curated guide to the best of Kittitas County. Download the Passport, plan your stay for a true small-town escape at centralwashingtonoutdoor.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, hey?
Little field research. Show them what we got.
Check this out. Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Now get 0% APR, $1,000 toward your down payment, a 2-year maintenance plan, and 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles.
Welcome back to your entertainment news this morning. This weekend's Comic-Con in San Diego featured the usual barrage of revelations and announcements.
Yeah, including an A-list actress first foray into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
I felt like this is sort of a lightning in a bottle.
Ryan Gosling is finally joining the MCU. Marvel announced at Comic-Con he'll play the supernatural motorcyclist Ghost Rider. Sean Levy, who's currently directing Gosling in Star Wars Starfighter, will direct him in Ghost Rider as well. Starfighter hits theaters next May. Ghost Rider is due out in 2028.
You're a man who needs to control his fate. But you cannot control this.
The Odyssey has been leaked online. One copy of the Christopher Nolan blockbuster had more than 2 million views on X before it was taken down and the account that posted it was suspended. That hasn't kept the Odyssey from dominating the box office. It's made some $640 million worldwide in its first 10 days.
There was a hunger in China for connection with the West.
Their eyes were open, their hearts were humming.
Wham! 10 Days in China looks at George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley's 1985 shows in Beijing and Guangzhou, the first Western pop group to perform in China. The documentary opens in theaters Tuesday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And circling back to the Odyssey, next week in the Odyssey is actually going to get some competition.
That's right, from another movie also starring Tom Holland and Zendaya, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
They got to be in 2 movies together
I know,
in 1 year.
I know.
Good for them.
And they got married this year. It's just their year, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. The search for a fisherman who went missing last week has come to an end. What authorities are saying about his recovery coming up. Also, how some students in Umatilla are trading in summer play days for increasing their science skills. But before we get to those stories, here's your morning's Tech Bites.
The clock is ticking. Walker's Furniture and Mattress must make room for the biggest furniture delivery of the year.
Which means hundreds of items have to go immediately. Save up to 70% off floor models, closeouts, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
New collections are already arriving and we need space. But once these incredible deals are gone, they're gone for good. Shop now and pay over time with special financing for 5 years with no money down.
During the inventory reduction sale this week at Walker's.
Bath Planet brings life back to your bathroom with expert remodeling, custom designs, fast installation. And right now, save $1,000. Call for a free estimate today. 509-851-0669.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please. About to start the show. Better take your seats.
Now earn up to 4 times the rewards with the ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card. It's the credit card from the credit union you love.
Struggling with heartburn or reflux? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, Dr. Amber Sharon and our experienced team offer Bravo pH testing to help get real answers. This minimally invasive test measures acidity levels in your esophagus using a small wireless capsule. Bravo pH testing can help your provider better understand your symptoms and create a treatment plan tailored to your needs. Ask your provider for a referral to Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center. Call 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org.
Nice truck, Mr. Lottery winner. Did you bring enough rods?
You know, you believe that's all they had?
Is that your stomach?
No. Tried fly fishing. Fish said no. Bear said maybe. I said I'm good. Next.
All week, Live is turning up the star power.
It is a star-studded crowd in here.
And next Live, Common from Silo.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and we're going to start this half hour right away with our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbreth, with the latest updates on all of our fire danger conditions. Josh, what are we looking at?
Yeah, thanks, Zoe. Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword because there are the fires that are actively on the map and then the fires that could be on the map because of critical fire danger as we head into tomorrow. The air quality is pretty shabby out there, and then it's not as hot as it was for last week, but it's still going to be pretty toasty out there. This is the best the air quality map has looked in the last couple weeks. I don't think it's going to look that good a little bit later today. More smoke surging out of the south and west. Current temperatures not feeling half bad. 52 for the Tri-Cities, 52 as well for Yakima, a little bit warmer as we're at 59 in Ellensburg. Your forecast temps for today in Yakima going to end up around 90 degrees. Most lower elevation spots going to end up in the low 90s, but could have some mid 80s in the Kittitas Valley. And again, it'll be smoky to hazy, just kind of depending where you fall on the map. Okay, let's start off with this White Swan fire. This is not the Signal Peak fire. That was the one that started on Friday. This is the one that started yesterday in White Swan. The latest official acreage update is 500. I have a gut feeling that this is likely closer to 1,000, maybe 2,000. No official word on containment. But the level 3 go now evacuation still in place for the entire town of White Swan. You can't go back until this is downgraded to level 2 or level 1. We go from Yakima County up to Grant County, the Highway 28 fire, which started yesterday evening to the west of Quincy on Washington State Route 28, milepost 24. 85 acres, no official word on containment with this one either, but we have a gut feeling that the containment's a lot closer to 100% than 0% because Washington 28 has reopened and all evacuations have been lifted. There were some evacuations on that one last night. Okay, finally, we'll take you down to Umatilla County where we have 3 large fires burning right now. No containment on the Paradise fire, 60% containment on the Horse Ridge fire, so likely we'll be able to drop this one off the map pretty soon. But the Hagen fire is still cooking, folks. This one is around, it's approaching 25,000 acres. I think with the next acreage update, it's going to be over 25,000. And now very clearly, it's the eastern half of the fire where we're seeing all of the active hotspots. Still some active hotspots on the western flank, but it's definitely pushing hard to the east. So we did see expanded evacuations to the south and to the east, now spilling over into Union County. So if you live up towards Spout Springs, Tollgate, along this little stretch of Oregon 204, be packed, be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Here's how to sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon. Go to oralert.gov. For Washington counties, go to mil.wa.gov/alerts pound local. This could save your life over the coming days. We'll have a lot more to say about these fires coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into your crime alert this morning, the Kennewick Police Department arrested a man during a stolen vehicle investigation over the weekend. According to information released by KPD, they tracked 2 stolen vehicles out of an Oregon to a home in the 2400 block of South Button Street. When they got to the home, they say they found one of the stolen vehicles and found a large number of other vehicles and vehicle parts on the property. Investigators were called in, got a search warrant, and say they found multiple stolen vehicles, parts, license plates, and tools for vehicle theft. And right now, the investigation is still ongoing. Following up here on the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, as they say they have recovered the body of a missing man who went missing last week who was fishing near Mesa. Authorities say that the body of 29-year-old Omar Espinoza Costa was found by emergency crews working the Water Follies event. He was found near an island across from Wade Park, and Espinoza Costa was fishing with friends when he fell in the water on July 22nd. As of right now, authorities do not suspect any foul play. And the city of Yakima is asking for public feedback as it begins the process of finalizing how certain federal housing and community development dollars could be spent. The draft 2026 annual action plan proposes using a federal community development block grant and home funds for programs including emergency home repairs, affordable housing, public services, and neighborhood development. Officials say the public can provide feedback during the hearing process or submit written comments before the plan returns to the council.
Again, looking at these evaluation, the RFPs, they are going out publicly, but we can share those with you, and certainly should. If you'd like, we can share them with you beforehand. We can also share them as we bring proposals back.
City officials say written comments can be submitted through the Office of Neighborhood and Development Services before the second public hearing happening in August. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest when we return. That's what you'll have. It'll be Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with your temperature highs this morning, everything you can expect this Monday, how you can plan your day and the rest of your week when we return here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yoke's Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously and sold exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Nothing worth doing ever came easy. No one has ever achieved anything significant without a chorus of critics standing on the sidelines explaining why it can't be done. In my short time in Washington, I've seen firsthand how the system is broken. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. The future belongs to the people who follow their heart no matter what the critics say, and never, ever quit. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built with grit, guts, and traction to back it up. That's the power of a Nissan. Now's the time to drive. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get 0% APR for 60 months or get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
Yoke's Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously and sold exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side. It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Only one station is on your side. Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's still going to be hot for this week, but more typical summer heat and not really some of the oppressive heat we were seeing at the beginning of last week. We're going to be in the mid-80s by lunchtime in the Tri-Cities and in low 90s for the hottest part of the day. Even though the day is going to start off clear, that smoke will roll in. At least we're thinking it's going to roll in a little bit later in the day. Okay, let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Monday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades, where we're going to be in the 60s and 70s, pretty close to 80 degrees for Sadis and Blewett passes along US 97. And then for the Kittitas Valley, we'll be in the low to mid-80s, 84 degrees for Ellensburg, low 90s up and down the Yakima Valley, 90 for Yakima, 91 for Sunnyside. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, low to mid-90s, 93 for the Hanford site, 93 for Benton City, 92 in the Tri-Cities. For the Blue Foothills, we'll span from 87 to 91, 91 for Milton Freewater, 87 for Heppner, and then for the Blue Mountains, 70s and 80s, again, just kind of depending on your elevation. There's no real clear trend with our temperatures over the next 7 days. A little bit hotter into the Friday, Saturday time frame, then a little bit cooler from Saturday to Sunday. Actually, this cold front right here could pose a big time risk when it comes to fire starts, but also we're concerned about that for Tuesday. And when there's fires, there's smoke, and we certainly have a lot of that on the map. So we'll step you through that with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Getting into your educational alert this morning, while many students spend their summers away from the classroom, the Umatilla School District is giving hundreds of kids the chance to keep learning through hands-on activities. For the past decade, the Umatilla School District's STEAM Academy has given students a chance to keep learning long after the school year ends. While STEM focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math, the district's program adds the arts to create a more hands-on learning experience. Each day, students split their time between grade-level lessons and activities like robotics, drones, and other creative projects designed to build problem-solving skills while also keeping students engaged throughout the summer.
We have a lot of alum that come back to work here, which is great. And when you've been around as long as I have, you've seen that evolution and progression, and it is really fabulous.
District leaders say they have similar after-school programming year-round that helps students build skills and connections that can last way beyond the time in the classroom. Up next here on Good Morning Northwest, we've got everything you need to know in your morning sprint, whether your day is just getting started or if it's coming to an end. Everything you need to know as well with your weather forecast in your neck of the woods when we return here on Good Morning Northwest.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Whatever your day calls for, there's a Chevy to take it on. Trucks strong enough to handle the job. SUVs to bring out your best and bring everyone along. And value where it counts.
Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models with no monthly payments for 90 days. See your community Chevy dealers.
Bath Planet brings life back to your bathroom with expert remodeling, custom designs, fast installation. And right now, save $1,000. Call for a free estimate today. 509-851-0669.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Hapo Center Pasco. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2026 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Hapo Center Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, we get you printed, distributed, and sold on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and in bookstores across the country. We'll even help you promote your book. That's right, we do all this for you. Biography, self-help, mystery, novels, sci-fi, even a children's book. No matter what genre, Page Publishing can bring your book to life. Call today for your free author submission kit and find out how you can be the next published author at Page Publishing.
Find the right publisher. Call 1-800-711-9637 or scan the QR code for your free writer's guide today.
Here comes the judge.
Court come to order. All rise.
Judy rules the courtroom.
Hey, I would keep my mouth shut.
It's your daily moment of truth.
What an idiot.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to contend with some tough air quality downwind of these fires. The last half hour I talked about the surface smoke, which will certainly be a problem for about 2/3 of the viewing area. But let's take a look at the upper level smoke. This is all the stuff that's coming in from central and southern Oregon. I mean, when you start to see that purple color on this graphic, I mean, that's some pretty dense smoke out there. So that's what we'll see for this afternoon into this evening, and then for tomorrow. Doesn't look like as much, but that's really splitting hairs because it's still looking like it's going to be pretty bad. Now, the surface smoke doesn't look like it's going to be as bad for tomorrow, but you can see the surface and the upper level forecast posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Here's what to do during bouts of poor air quality. Stay indoors, wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95, use clean air filters, watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation, especially if you suffer from a pre-existing respiratory illness. And unfortunately, I think that we haven't really reached the limit in terms of how bad the smoke could get this summer, because there's still a lot more room for more fires to start and for the existing fires to grow. So for tomorrow, it's going to be critically dry out there, level 4 out of 5 on a vegetation dryness scale, and the winds will be gusty across the map, anywhere between 15 to 35 miles per hour. So fires could start or spread quickly. Then for Saturday, I think I'm much more concerned about this weekend, as at this point the vegetation is going to go back to that level 5 out of 5, extremely dry, specifically for the northern blues and for lower elevations. But then you factor in the wind gusts, and the wind gusts will be stronger across the map, peak gusts between 20 to 45 miles per hour. So again, fires could start or spread quickly. Here's how to prevent wildfires. Don't burn yard waste or toss cigarettes or drag trailer chains or park on dry grass. I mean, shooting off fireworks is a big no-no at this point. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Smoky for Monday, hazy for Tuesday, and fire concerns picking up on Tuesday as well. In Yakima, breezy over the next couple days, with the more concerning round of winds being tomorrow. And then for Ellensburg, windy for Tuesday, which spells trouble, but perhaps an even stronger round of winds this weekend. For Hermiston, bad air quality possible over the next 48 hours, but especially this afternoon and evening. And finally for Walla Walla, also seeing smoky to hazy skies over the next couple days, and fire concerns returning for Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, shark sightings on both coasts.
Holy cow.
One 8-year-old coming face to face with a shark while fishing off the coast of Cape Cod.
It was about 12 feet, really big.
We noticed a big shadow and a slash come crashing across the surface. It missed it twice, and then suddenly I said, "Oh, wow, a shark," and then all the kids started screaming shark.
And in California, a shark making a surprise appearance behind a boogie boarder.
I was just recording, and then boom, we see the shark pop up out of the water.
It was scary, I guess you could say. At least I didn't notice it while I was surfing.
These incidents, just one of many being caught on camera across the country this summer. And coming up at 7 a.m., what experts are saying is behind these increased sightings. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Welcome back. In your national headlines this morning, 3 people are dead and a person has been arrested after a deadly shooting in Seattle. This happened Sunday at the Seattle Center at an annual food festival. This featured hundreds of local vendors and live music performances. Several people were hurt and taken to a nearby hospital. Also, the late Republican Senator Lindsey Graham will be honored this week with 2 days of funeral services. On Tuesday, a special ceremony will be held at the U.S. Capitol and a funeral service at the Washington National Cathedral. Graham's remains will then travel to South Carolina for a procession on Wednesday, followed by a funeral service and a private burial. In your business headlines this morning, it is officially low-rise season, according to Euphoria actress Sydney Sweeney. As she launches American Eagle's latest campaign, the actress is bringing back the Y2K-inspired low-rise jeans that include wide-leg, relaxed, baggy, and boot-cut styles. Sweeney has collaborated with American Eagle twice before, including this summer's jean shorts. With another heat wave gripping parts of the country, people are depending on their air conditioners. But that's putting a strain on the country's electrical system. The Energy Department is taking action to try to prevent blackouts from happening. The order directs the Southwest Power Pool to take steps to help keep the electricity flowing. The order took effect on Sunday and is expected to end on August 3rd. Now over into your health headlines. The FDA is investigating 6 cyclospora outbreaks across the country. This is still going on, and the agency says that the likely source is linked to the outbreak is the shredded iceberg lettuce coming from Taylor Farms in Mexico, but the investigation is still ongoing. The CDC still recommends washing all fruits and vegetables thoroughly before eating and notes washing alone cannot guarantee that the parasites will be removed, but cooking them will. Also, a new over-the-counter pain relief option will soon be headed to store shelves after the FDA approved a new non-prescription combination of Tylenol and naproxen. The non-opioid pain reliever, which can provide as much as 12 hours of relief, is for adults and children over 12. It can help with headaches, back pain, muscle aches, and even minor pain from arthritis. A young Arkansas baseball player pulled one of the rarest cards in the new 2026 Topps Chrome baseball release. Henry Norwood's box contained an Aaron Judge Logo Man patch redemption, featuring a game-used MLB logo patch. Only 4 copies of this card exists, and Norwood bought the cards with the money he earned through an incentive deal tied to his performance on the baseball field. Into other news, San Francisco 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan will be sitting out some parts of training camp after suffering significant injuries from a car crash that happened on July 14th. Shanahan broke his nose, 3 ribs, a hand, and needed more than 40 stitches in his face. He also reportedly suffered a severe concussion when he collided with an SUV near his California home.
All right, in your fire watch for this morning, we had a very dramatic fire. We had a couple dramatic fires start up in White Swan over the weekend, but this was the Sunday fire, the White Swan fire that started off the 5400 block of Wesley Road in White Swan. The latest official acreage update was 500. I have a feeling it's probably closer to 1,000 or even above that at this point. But level 3 go now evacuation still in place for the entire town of White Swan. You should have left yesterday evening, and you cannot return until these are downgraded to level 2 or level 1. That's for our friends in Yakima County. Now let's jump up to Grant County as the Highway 28 fire started yesterday evening to the west of Quincy along Highway 28. It's 85 acres. No official word on containment, but it's likely closer to 100% than 0% as the road closure for Washington 28 has since lifted. And we did see some evacuations last night. Those were lifted as well. Okay, and finally, we'll talk about all the fires burning in Umatilla County as we have 3 of them. The Horse Ridge fire, which now has 60% containment, so we're very close to being able to just sort of drop this one off the map. The Paradise fire has no containment on it, but no evacuations with this one. So for now, we're going to continue to focus on the Hagen fire, which is on the cusp of reaching 25,000 acres. No word on containment. I have a feeling that containment is probably 0%, but we haven't heard that officially. But it's the eastern half of the fire which continues to be the problematic side, and we did see some expansions to evacuation zones on the southern and eastern side of this boundary. Now spilling over into Umatilla County, if you live along Oregon Highway 204 up towards Tollgate, Spouts Springs. Be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice. Sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon with oralert.gov and Washington, mil.wa.gov/alerts/local. With more information on these fires, let's go back to Zoe.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into our top 5 local things you need to know this morning. There are level 3 go now evacuations for the entire town of White Swan. This comes as a 500-acre wildfire is threatening lives and property. There have not been any confirmed reports if anyone was hurt. Evacuation centers for the town of White Swan are at Hara Elementary School, Toppenish Longhouse, Wapato Longhouse, Yakima Nation Tribal School, and Wapato First Baptist Church. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says it has recovered the body of a man who went missing while fishing last week near Mesa. Authorities say that the body of 29-year-old Omar Espinoza Acosta was found by emergency crews working the Water Follies event. As of right now, authorities do not suspect any foul play. Also, a new scam is targeting vendors at Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days. Officials say a spam email has been circulating in emails and on social media. Now, at first glance, it seems like it's coming from the Walla Walla Fair Frontier Days, but staff are warning all vendors that if you reply to the email, you could possibly have your phone or computer compromised. The city of Yakima is asking for public feedback as it begins the process of finalizing how certain federal housing and community development dollars could be spent. Officials say the public can provide feedback during the hearing process or submit written comments before the plan returns to council. And if you're a student athlete, you have to get a physical in order to participate in sports this upcoming school year. And Multicare in Yakima is offering them up free of charge for Yakima student athletes. Parents can sign up for a time slot using a QR code, and the physicals are July 31st to August 1st, and the first event will be August 14th through the 15th. All right, going into one last weather check this morning. Josh, what are we looking at?
Yeah, thankfully we're not looking at smoky conditions for now. Very important caveat. I think later in the day we're going to see the smoke surging in from the south and west. So really from Yakima and points to the east of there, Tri-Cities, Pendleton, Walla Walla, up into the Blues, all going to see some smoky skies once again and reductions in air quality. Current temperatures out there, not feeling half bad. 52 for the Tri-Cities, 63 in Hermiston, 52 in Yakima. So in general, 50s and 60s for lower elevations. A little bit later today, we're going to be up around 90 for most lower elevation locations. A little bit cooler in the Kittitas Valley with mid-80s. That's definitely where we're going to see the best air quality in the clear skies. You can tack on the Cascades to that as well. More fires, unfortunately, could pop up on Tuesday. We're continuing to contend with the smoke and the bad air quality. I think more fires could pop up for this weekend as well. But hey, one little bit of good news. High temperatures, not in the triple digits anymore. Back down into the cool 90s.
Yes, we can deal with that. I can deal with lower 90s for this Monday.
Me too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest stories on our website.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.